you'll get a lift from this shop. And we're visiting the Newark Neighbors Food Bank and Thrift Shop. We're just going to the thrift shop part. It's in Niagara-on-the-Lake, or at least a portion of it, in the portion called Virgil. It's on the most commonly used route from Niagara-on-the-Lake to the QE. If you're going towards the Niagara-on-the-Lake, it'll be on the left side. And this week they're having a first anniversary at this location.
Welcome, I'm Hawaiian Shirt Pup. Sometimes with others I visit a variety of antique, vintage, and thrift shops within southern Ontario. Sometimes we don't get anything. Come tour with me vicariously.
And here we are, we're just inside the door. Well, right inside the door, we'll see that a bit later. Nice selection of boots. If you're into that kind of thing, they had a nice selection there. Moving on, this was just, the door is behind that table there. So these are just inside there. This is the main portion right at the front window area. And then we continue into actual video instead of using stills. And the side lane that's there, we're facing it, the laneway, that takes you into the majority of the parking plus access to the food bank. They've done a lovely job of putting up displays to highlight the nice items that they have. You cannot fault them for that, and the prices, well, all I can say is they're really nice. Now, there's not a huge demand for these porcelain cups. Some people like them, not too many anymore. They tend to be the older crowd that goes for those nice cups. Many of the niceties that went along with the cups, like the coasters and such, have also kind of gone to the wayside. I'm sure these cycles will go back and forth. They have some bicycle racks on the outside, and you can see all the glassware that they have. They also had some nice pieces of art. Now, I'm not saying they're originals. Some of the photographs may be, but you might find the odd watercolor. But how often do you find a crane? Or I think that's what it is. It might be a drilling rig and a photograph along with this crane that I used earlier in the video. And like I was talking about the cup and saucers, well, there's even more of them. They could be repurposed if you wish. Some people consider it sacrilege. These aren't particularly old pieces of glass, but they're nice pieces. It's not a particularly huge store, but it's got plenty of stuff here. Mostly women's clothing, some children's, just a tiny bit of men's. As you can see in this, it's mostly women's. I did focus a bit on the Hawaiian shirt area, well, the search for it anyway. Nothing. Just flat out nothing. They were nice shirts, just not of the type I was looking for. This is kind of cool. Not particularly something I was looking for. And the prices certainly weren't a spoiler at $4. There were the odd one that might have been higher than that. And some more artwork along the wall. And then this side has another window. The mirror on the end makes it look even larger. Now, still searching for those shirts, and precious little here. Orange. It's an interesting shirt, just not the genre I'm looking for. Boots and shoes and such. Pretty good selection. We saw some of the boots earlier. There are some more here. We're looking through. There's a wall. This wall is primarily men's, but they're more casual, athletic kind of stuff. There's a double rack height. Did I miss something good? Yeah, very likely. My focus was on something else. So. Pants and such and slacks. A rack of DVDs from the looks of it. Jeans, slacks, pants, depending on gender. Fabrics and blankets and throws. They had a decent collection of sheets and fitted sheets as well. Not a huge amount. The other hard goods, knickknacks, and there's some more hard goods coming up. So these are more on the ceramic end. So they had towels and related. Some of the knickknacks and lamps and serving platters. These are just other items that they're nice pieces, but they're not for everyone. There were some collector spoons there, if that's what you're into. Usually folks want to collect it from places they've actually been to, not just randomly, if that's their focus. They had a fairly nice collection of jewelry. The lower case didn't have much in it. Perhaps they were resetting it or something. Then they had this tall cabinet with interesting items. They seem to have some fairly knowledgeable people as to what things are and what their typical values are. But they're not pricing them so that they don't move. They don't want to be the museum that people come to and just walk in and out. So you see some of the clothing here again. These are it's not a bad thing. This is another view. That's towards the cash desk on the top right. They were pricing things up. Some things don't have prices, and if they don't, they'll give you a price at the cash. They'll know if the price has been removed as well. They're sharp folks there. And for a change, there were men as well as women as the volunteers at this shop. Almost as if at least one of the guys was from like a dealer, an antique dealer in the past. Perhaps still is, I don't know. So here's some more of the jewelry. A little bit more of a focus for you. Some necklaces and brooches. Some bracelets off to the left. Here we get to see the bracelets a bit better. And we're getting closer to the end here. There's the brooches. Not a bad selection. They look pretty good. More than likely they are costume, but you never know. You might pick up something that has a bit of precious metal in it. And the small appliances. as tend to be very commonly found in these kind of shops. Some pots and pans. Sometimes if you're looking for a particular brand, they may well have that one, considering where we are in a nicer neighborhood, as I said. There's some mid-century items there. And some serving pieces. Some of them are just for decorative purposes. This part really didn't show up too well in the video, so that's why I got a still of it. And those are like small towels or pillowcases. There was another case with these pieces of glass in it and little statuary. These are the organizations that have been assisting the function of this thrift store and food bank. It's nice the way they displayed that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. We'd appreciate if you give us a thumbs up and maybe a mark on the bell so you get notification. Thanks a lot, folks. Bye-bye.